Today we are going to have a little play because, like many I'm sure, I've been indulging in the creative expressions closing down sale. Obviously it's quite sad that we're losing them in the UK, but I guess I understand it's because the owner wants to retire, which is perfectly reasonable, and I can definitely empathise with that feeling. So so with some of this is just a few stamp sets and some Sam Poole dies that I've bought. There's lots of other stuff, and I'm sure they'll make an appearance in due course, but today I just wanted to use the coin pocket, Shabby Basics coin pocket die set that I acquired. I've already cut out the pocket and tags, and I'm just going to decorate them, and I've cut them from a couple from 200 GSM card and a couple from 300 GSM card, just to see which might make the better option going forward. So this is the die set. That's what it makes: a little coin pocket and a tag. And I'm going to do something in this sort of style, shabby chic, vintage style, with some of the stamps that I've bought. So here's the die set, but as I say, I've already cut those, so they can go there for a second. And then the other things I've bought is I've bought some of the Sam Poole stamp sets. I already have dates from the past. I think I've also ordered some more, and that might be what I'm getting mixed up with. So this I didn't get in the sale. I'm pretty sure this is the set that I already had, but I did order some of the sort of advertisement label tag pieces, and I'm gonna have a session stamping those and cutting those out and die cutting labels out to use as ephemera on cards and in journals and things. So looking forward to that. I also got a couple of tailor-made journals stamp sets, which similar themes, some labels and tags and the like. So so looking forward to playing with those as well. So we've got those, and I also bought, what have I done with it? Have I put it away somewhere? I also bought here it is, what is this? Stamperia, the Traveller's News stamps set. I mean, it's one rubber stamp, but it's quite a big one. And I've stamped that out on a piece of copy paper a couple of times, so that I've got plenty to work with, although I probably only need a couple of scraps. So that looks really useful, and I think this is in the theme of Sir Vagabond, which I think Antonis Sanidi, I can't say that. I think he's the designer of that, and if not, pardon me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so that's on the play. That's going to come in useful, so looking forward to that. And I shall probably just vintage it, or tear a bit off and vintage it up, because as I say, what I want to do is create a couple of pockets which are along this sort of shabby vintage style theme. So I don't know what flower I might be using at the moment, but I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, so that's where I was going with that. So right, as I say, I've already die cut these, but what I do want to do, I might take one 200 GSM and one 300 GSM to play with and decorate these simultaneously. But what we need to do first, I guess, is just grubby these and up a bit. So I'm going to take the, if I can find it, just need to swap glasses. And find my frayed burlap, I think, and maybe a couple. What do we want? Maybe walnut stain, and then just yeah, just go over these. So and just make the tag. Right. If I put the scores in, right, I'm guessing it goes something like that. Yeah. Right, and then just make sure all the just need to burnish all these fold lines. And then got some old tacky glue that I want to keep I want to use up, so I've changed out the nibs and see if I can get this used up. There. Right, okay, I think this is the 300 GSM and it has just cracked at the folds, so might not might tell us that it's not suitable for this kind of die set. We better do the pocket as well. But we'll carry on for now. Right. Right, okay, we've got a couple of pockets there, and I might, while I'm doing this, just shabby up the tags. Right, I think I'm just going to make these a little bit more, or a little bit darker on the edges. I think what I do in the future is I can cut the pockets from the 200 GSM and the tags from the 300 GSM. Okay. Right, so I've got some tags there. And just right, this one. Okay, so that's that done. Just wipe all that up. And then we'll do, so I think I'll take out a little bit from each side, so as it'll be easier probably to do it while it's still one piece. Right, I'm just going to tear out. Okay, so obviously don't want anything that big, but I think I want. Yeah, I think. That bit. Yeah. What should do for that? Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll suit that. We can always test some more out if we want to. So then I'm going to bring in the stamps, and I think, yeah, let's work. Ooh. I've seen, I think I'd like Mode Parisienne stamped. Yeah. And we'll stamp in, let's stamp in pine cone. I just need a piece of test paper. Let's use this. Is that going to be too dark? Yes, it is. Okay, let's try sand dune. I don't have Portobello, so that would probably have been better, but let's have a go. And if not, we'll use a distress ink. Yeah, actually, I think that might be just right. although probably would have been easier if I'd done this before I put them together, but there we go. What else? So I think we can maybe stamp this across it. Yeah. Actually, no. I want something that way. Oh. Might find something else for this one. Maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to do the bottom. Like that. Where's the other one? Okay. Do we need any more? We'll find out, I guess. There. And then we can pop the right. Okay, let's have a look at the tags. Right, I'll just do some this one I think I will do in a darker shade. Could use sepia as well. Too big. Too big. Okay. So I think we need a stamp on the paper. tear it out, some numbers. So I've got dates from the past, and I'm going to stamp out 320900. I think I'll do that in sand dune. And then number 48. There we go. Should have just distressed that or inked that before I tore it out. So, lesson learned. And then that will get stuck on that like that. This one we will need to make smaller still, so before we do that, let's just right, and then that will go across there, I think. Okay, so then we just need to find some kind of flower or foliage that we can cut out. So I will go away and do that and then come back in a moment. Okay, so instead of a flower, I've decided that I'm going to go for a butterfly and I'll cut it out. So I think I'm going to stamp, this is the Butterfly Wishes range from Pink Frog Crafts, and I'm just using the medium to small size butterfly down there, and I think, or maybe that's too big. Maybe I should use that one. Although that would be fiddly to cut out. So, no, I'm going to stick with the bigger butterfly. And then should be able to get two on there. Let's stamp block. And I will stamp this with what colour should we go for? A red. Yeah, let's go for Tulip Red, Versafine Clair, and I can colour it in with a Memento, maybe we can use a love letter Memento. There we go. Right, and I think this is just again a 300 GSM smooth card. I'm just get a paintbrush. Right, okay, so one of them I cut the antennae out and one of them I didn't, so we'll just too fiddly. So what we've got now is we'll assemble these. I need some string. I'll just go and get some string or thread for the tags. Well, so the string appears to have gone on holiday, so I will have to find something later for the tags, but for now I'm going to just stick that down. I'm not going to be too precious about it. Because it won't hurt to have a bit of a raggedy edge around the label. I'm just going to slot that over there. And then, yeah. We need to decorate the back as well, don't I? Is that what? Yeah. Right. So that's the tags decorated, and then we need some, or need some string when I find that, and then I just need to stamp on the back of these. So let's find another stamp. Right. So we've got a couple of coin pockets. So that will slot into there, or that's supposed to slot into there. I'm not sure I've made these right. Right, okay, I'm not going to play with that anymore. So we've got our coin pockets and we've got a couple of tags, and they'll make embellishments to go either in a journal or photo album, or even could use the tags on a card. Yeah, so just need to find my string, and when I have, then they'll be ready to photo. But I really think they're rather cute, and I'm looking forward to making some more of those. So anyway, hope you like these. That's the other side of the pocket. There we go, doesn't want to lie down, so I'll do it that way. And yeah, and then we'll see you again soon. Take care, bye.